Hello, everybody, and welcome to Wisdom Moments. My name's Sandra Boyd, and I'm your host, and I would love it if you'd please subscribe or share your thoughts, insights, or experiences as you navigate this world as a woman. Today, I want to talk about ageism and employment discrimination. There's a ton of research out there from the US, Canada, the EU that reports high rates of perceived age discrimination. No kidding. But I guess we need all of this research to back up our case. Women are reporting the effects of sexism and ageism. It's often called double jeopardy. And I will tell you, there is a wisdom moment that I did not too long ago that talked about my experience while getting my passport taken in regards to that double jeopardy moment that I had. You know, many people or many women are also reporting this feeling of becoming invisible when we reach a certain age and stage. And I have certainly experienced that, but I just want to share some examples of recent encounters and reactions to my choosing to continue to work and start a company instead of the usual, I would say, path of retirement. And so one of them, I did get a chuckle out of this, but I think this poor realtor that was involved in this. My husband and I are, he's retired and I have made a decision that I want to continue to work. But we've also thought about what's our next move in life? Where are we going to live? What's the right community for us? And so we've started to do, and I don't know if we're doing this because we like doing it, but we've started to travel to different towns that we do like in Ontario, go there for a day or even a night, walk the downtown core, and then have lunch and go to some of the open houses. And recently we did this, and we were talking, the real estate agent engaged us in a conversation. He was lovely and asked a bunch of questions and found out, my husband was retired and part of his retirement passion is golfing. And so he said, "Oh, I have the perfect community for you both. And it's a retirement community. It's on a golf course and it's got, and he looks at me and he said, and there's pickleball and there's women's groups that get together for book clubs." And I looked at him and I said, "Whoa, hold on. First of all, I'm not retired. And if I'm going to live in any place, there's going to be a lot of diversity especially in age." And I know he felt, and it wasn't one of those awkward moments. I didn't feel awkward, but I could tell for him it was an awkward moment. And he said, "Oh, but it's really different." And I said, "I'm not interested. And maybe I will be interested one day, but I'm just not today." And of course, this situation happened at a work event. It was a cocktail party. And I met two gentlemen who I know and are both working. Both of them are working. And they had no clue to how ironic their questions were to me. And one of them started the conversation, or we were into the conversation by saying, "Hey, Sandra, I thought you would have been retired by now. And I hear that you've started a business. How long are you going to be working for?" And I looked at him and the other guy goes, yeah, I heard that too. And I just looked at him and I said, "Guys, you're both older than me and you're both still working." We did get a chuckle, but I thought, wow, that's crazy. And then there's the whisper about age. So, as we all know, there are a lot of stores that are now offering seniors discount. And me, like any person that, thinks about, oh, if I can get a discount here on a Thursday or go over there on a Wednesday because of my age, sure, I'm going to take advantage of it. And so we get up to the counter with my purchases, and the woman, much younger than I am, we're so uncomfortable with age, aren't we? Looks around and then says, in a whisper, "Are you eligible for the seniors discount? It's 55 plus." And I said, "Yes, I'm eligible. It's okay. You don't have to whisper." Oh my good Lord. Are we so afraid of age, especially when it comes to women? There's the times where you feel invisible and other times you want to be invisible, and the times where awkwardly people bring it to your attention. And so I would like to, and I'm really sorry to all my friends and family members, and you know who you are. Yeah, the awkward conversation with my female friends when they are retired and you're not. Oh, for God's sake, Sandra, what are you doing? I understand you're doing YouTube and you've started a company. When are you going to retire? And by the way, many of these women have husbands who have chosen to continue working, but it seems to be that it's okay to point out whether I'm retiring or not retiring. So trust me, I don't feel invisible when it comes to my decision to work. I feel like everybody wants to know why I'm working and when I plan to stop, because stats prove that it's okay for men, but for women, it's a whole different story. My reasons for retiring or not reasons for retiring, whatever it is that I choose to do, should not cause you to act astonished because I am a woman of a certain age. I suggest you all back off and stop asking me one way or another. I can't imagine anybody walking up to Bernie Sanders, who's 84, and say, "Hey, dude, when are you retiring?" Or to Warren Buffett, who's 95 years of age, and asking him, "So, Warren, isn't it about time you give it up?" So the answer to the question is no, I'm not retiring. There is no pickleball, and there is no golf, and there is no knitting or embroidery or painting in my near future. My work is my hobby. And I want to be just like the former Hazel McCallion. May she rest in peace. But she was making career moves at 101. She joined a board at 101. Man, she was something. Please share your stories. I'd love to hear them. Like or subscribe. Have a great day.